Hey everyone, welcome back to another Alliance War video. I'm fighting for the Alliance XMN, and we're matched up against BRJP. We're fighting in Tier 2. We know that BRJP finished in Masters last season, so it's looking like we're coming into this war as underdogs. With 2 wars left, we gotta get at least 1 win in the last 2 wars to try and sneak into Plat 1. Bit of a rough matchup, but we're gonna try our best here. We got 4 fights lined up for us. We're starting on Path 4 with steady build-up Fury Claire, something we've seen time and time again this season. Super straightforward fight. Then we're going to hop over on Section 3. We're going to fight a Colossus on Chitinous Thorns, really common placement. We're bringing in Guillotine 29 this war, so that's why we're taking Path 3. We'll take Omega against that Heimdall in the second fight there, and then we're going to finish off our war on a Node 51 Apocalypse. This is who we're bringing in. We're bringing in Omega Red, such a beast at Sig 200, rank 3. He's going to take 2 fights for us. He's going to take on that Black Widow and the Heimdall. Guillotine 29, newest rank up. We just took her to rank 3. We're bringing her in. We're going to ramp her up on Colossus, and then we're going to use her on the Node 51 Apocalypse at the end of the war. Sabertooth chipping in with that synergy duty, coming in to help his brother Omega. First fight here, Node 10, steady build up Fury, long distance relationship. We've done this fight a bunch of times this season, super straightforward. Just gonna let our spores do the work. We'll delay and we'll slow our combos to keep our spores up. Then we're gonna bait heavies and bait her SB1 because they're gonna trigger bleeds, which is just gonna allow us to keep up our death field. So here we go, first fight of the war. Gotta get off to a good start and play clean here. We're gonna parry off the start, see if we can lock in our spores. Not a bad stun timer there. Looks like they may be running a few points of limber, maybe 1 or 2. Either way, it's all good. We're already stacking over 10 spores. We're going to lock them in at 14, and she's already melting. That SB1 just triggers a few more bleeds for us. It's going to keep up that death field, and we're at well over 20 spores, and this fight is pretty much over. Not even 30 seconds. Super clean fight to start off the war, ending off with a full yellow bar. Honestly, can't ask for much more when you're fighting with Omega. So we're hopping over to Path 3 in Section 2. Node 32, 5-star Colossus with Chitinous Thorns and Enhanced Armor. This is a super common placement and probably one of the most straightforward nodes fights on the map for us to ramp Guillotine 29 with. We're going to bait his SP1 and we're just going to make sure to finish the fight with an SP3 so we can lock in that soul for Apocalypse on the mini-boss island. So, start of the fight, we're going to parry heavy a bit, lock in a few combo shields just to be safe. Sped up the fight because there's nothing special really going on. It's just a normal, straightforward fight. We're going to push him to his SP1 throughout the entire fight. And I still have Liquid Courage and Double Edge up, just because I didn't plan on firing off any SP1s or SP2s. And this is a fairly low threat fight here. As you can see, we're just past halfway, just over a minute in. Just need to make sure that we play cleanly, try not to get tagged, and make sure we finish the fight with the SP3. I'm not really sure how much damage. We probably could have fired off that SP3 a lot earlier, but just to be safe, he's at 4%. We know this is going to kill him automatically. And soul gained. We're ready for Mini Boss Island with Guillotine 2099. Next up on Node 42, with Enhanced Armor Up, Explosive Personality, we have a Heimdall here, and I don't think it's much of a threat. We're going to take him with Omega Red, and we're just going to do what we do with Omega. We're going to let our spores do the work. Only thing we have to watch out for here, we're going to bait his SP1, just because his special 2, when he has an armor up buff, it can get kind of sketchy by being undexable and unblockable, and we don't really want to give up a death to that just by playing careless. So we're going to stick to his SP1. And after he fires off that SP1, gotta be mindful that he has a possibility to auto block, so we'll make sure to parry and hit him just to get rid of that true strike. And we're starting the fight off by parrying, trying to stay close just to stack a few spores. Now that he's over 10, he's starting to melt, and we're well within the rhythm of the fight now. Is that an SP1 here? We're gonna have to bait this out. Unlucky timing on my part, lost a few spores. He still had an SP1. It's all good. We're going to parry just to stay close. He has that true strike buff up, so he has that possibility to auto block. We're going to parry heavy, get rid of that true strike, and this fight is pretty much over. He's back to 10 spores, and he's dead. Just over 40 seconds, pretty straightforward. really low stress fight. One more to go. Last fight of the board here. This is why I brought Guillotine 29. We have a 6-star Apocalypse on Enhanced SP1, Power Focus 1, Hurt Locker, and Power Drain. So the threat of the fight is his SP1, but I think the beam hits here aren't actually unblockable, so we can block the first 2, dex the third, and that's pretty much going to be the game plan here. We're going to parry heavy, we're going to lock in a few combo shields, and then deal with that SP1. So she's charged up, she's going to have some pretty cool DPS right off the bat here, and hopefully we can melt him down with our freshly ranked Guillotine 2099. So we're going to parry heavy at the start here, just to stack up a few combo shields, just to be safe. We don't want to accidentally get tagged and lose her ramp up. That would be a huge hit to her DPS. And because he has Power Focus 1, we're actually not that concerned about him gaining power to an SP2. It's going to take a while and a lot of hits. Fires off his first SP1, block the first 2, dex out of the third. Not too bad. The chip damage really isn't too much to be worried about. So at this point, I'm feeling pretty comfortable here. Firing off our SP2, it does a pretty good chunk of damage. Block the first 2, dex the third. Super straightforward, and the chip damage really isn't much to be worried about. And I'm going to get clipped here. I just forget to parry, and thank goodness I ramped up those combo shields at the start of the fight, because as you can see, we keep our combo. Our damage is still good. We're going to stack up a combo shield again, just to be safe. We're just past halfway through the fight. We really want to close this out strong. Block the first 2, dex the third. Super straightforward. He's got less than 30% health, and we're almost there. Gotta be mindful, we're not going to throw another SP2 because of Hurt Locker. We would have taken mad degen damage. And he's almost done. One more combo should finish him off. Boom, 60 hits. That was pretty straightforward. Guillotine 29 is an absolute beast. Looking forward. Hopefully I have more opportunities to take her into war now that she's at rank 3. But that's the end of our war. 4 fights, all went fairly straightforward. Really good not to give up a death there when you have a straightforward war like that. Unfortunately, we took the loss, setting us up for one final war in the season, and it's looking like it's going to be a win and in for Plat 1. So a lot of pressure, but it's a pretty good spot to be in, and we'll catch you for the next war. Thanks for stopping by.